Welcome back to Mormon Times. He's a former two-time Olympic downhill racer with the goal of being the fastest down the mountain. Now 76 years of age, Utah's Marv Melville still skis 5 times a week. Though his pace may have slowed down a bit, his commitment to the gospel has always remained steady.
For better or worse, that's true. I'm usually the first guy on the lift, yeah.
76-year-old Marv Melville loves to be the first one on the slopes.
Let's see what happens.
The Utah native was basically raised on skis.
My father and I went down to the Army and Navy surplus store and bought 2 pair of old Army skis, poles, and boots, and came up here in our Levi's and jumped on the rope tow.
From his days on the rope tow, Melville eventually became a junior racer, then an All-American for the University of Utah. Then in 1956, he hit the pinnacle, earning a spot on the U.S. Olympic downhill team.
Sometimes it's unrealistic, but it was always a goal, and fortunately I was lucky and made it.
Melville also earned a spot in the 1960 Olympics. Then in 1964, he helped coach the women's downhill team.
There she is. That's Jean.
During his racing days, Melville was dubbed the mild-mannered Mormon. He was a great example to fellow skiers, even baptizing Gene Saubert, a former silver and bronze medalist.
Almost every time you get on a ski lift, you've got a captive audience for a potential gospel discussion. And I had numerous discussions, and usually they ask about the family and then how come you have so many kids, and it moves from there to the church. And so there's an opportunity to talk to a lot of people about the church.
After his final Olympics in 1960, Melville decided his competing days were over.
And after I quit competing in 1960 Olympics, I decided then that I had to give up Sunday skiing and racing, which I did, and haven't participated on Sunday since.
He stopped skiing on Sunday, he said, to be a better example for his children. Speaking of which, he and his wife Renee have 5 daughters. But take away his success on the slopes at a house full of medals, Melville said his posterity is his greatest treasure.
Obviously, the family, the plan of salvation is critical for all of us. We just lost a great-grandchild this summer, and that experience, I think, reminds us of how important salvation is, and eternal salvation, and the importance of the family.
Marv was also a very successful racer on the senior circuit. He and Renee have 29 grandchildren and 7 great-grandchildren. Up next, a discussion every LDS parent should hear: how to pattern our parenting after our Heavenly Father's example.